So I'm wearing my 4th of July shirt since I had to see a shirt that I brought from my mom since I had to work in our uniforms. Yes, there's blue in them, but that's it. It's blue and black, and it's of course a collar shirt. And I did try to wear a red necklace, but then it broke. And I didn't have my watch had a white face on it, and then my name tag had white but with orange. So I'm wearing it today to get my 4th of July, show my 4th of July support. I thought I would do another quotes video because I've been, racking my brain and trying to find some unique videos to do that aren't just listing of my favorite books, listing of the books I read, or, just talking about what I'm currently reading. I want to do something a little different, like continue spicing up, so I'm going to continue and do another quote, another list of my favorite quotes. And as I said last time in those videos, when I started those videos, not all these quotes are directly from books. I mean, some of the movies that I watch were originally books before they became movies or TV shows. But I figure, movies and TV shows are just another form of storytelling. And like I said, some of them were books at one time. So here is my quotes. I think it's number 7. I'll figure it out when I'm uploading this, what quote number it is. Like I said, I think it's 7, but I'm not sure. It might be 8. Okay, so these next couple quotes are from Boy Meets World. This is from the episode when, once again, the kids are the gang is in detention. Feeny has disappeared, and there is a killer on the loose. And this is a bit of a spoiler quote, but I think this quote, that whole episode, well, most of the episodes on that show are hilarious, but this is one of the really funny ones. Where is it? Crap. I don't know where the rest of the quote is, because it says it's a continued quote, but my next set of quotes are from season 1 of Once Upon a Time, the next page, so... oh, no, it's just quotes continued. The episode is called Then There Was Sean. And this is the character Angela. What about Feeny? He's dead. Oh, wait. Well, first let me, I totally forgot. Let me give you more of context. Okay, so Sean is an expert on horror films. And he says that virgins never die in horror films. Okay, you'll get that when I read the quote. Okay. What about Feeny? He's dead. And then Eric and Sean are like, go Feeny, go Feeny. Okay, so the next one is from the episode No Guts, No Quarry. This is when they kind of go, they have an episode where it goes back to World War II, and the characters are, from during the, it's during the, right when the war is starting, and Sean and Corey and Eric and Jack and all of them have been recruited because they are 18 years old. And something happens to Corey and he does not come home. They believe he's MIA or he's actually dead. So Sean makes a promise to Corey that he will marry Topanga if he doesn't make it back. And this is the wedding. This is Sean and Topanga getting married. Hey, if I had things my way, Corey would walk in the day after the honeymoon and have the whole thing annulled. And this is in the beginning of the episode. Corey, we're going down to enlist. Uncle Sam wants us. I wasn't going to go, but he was pointing right at me. And both of those are Sean quotes. Okay, this is from an episode. Now, Corey and Topanga have broken up at least, I think, 3 times in the series. So this is during one of their breakups. They had this, Corey actually kissed another girl, so that's why they break up. And Corey still has faith that they can work it out and get back together, but Topanga's more of a practical person. She doesn't have a lot of faith, and of course, Corey kissed another girl, so, you can't blame her for dallying their relationship and thinking, you kissed another girl, so how am I supposed to think that, you're, that we can work things out, that we can still be together and still love each other when you cheated on me, essentially. And she uses, because she loves art and she's very academic person, so and she meets a guy in the episode that appreciates art as much as she does, because Corey's just not into that kind of thing. He just doesn't understand it. And she meets this guy who does understand, who does appreciate, and she goes on a date with him. But then something happens on that date that she has a bit of an epiphany on the date. And the episode is called Starry Night. And this is when, after the date, and she's talking to Angela. Because I'm in love, Angela. I don't mean high school, I love you too. I mean, I'm in love with Corey Matthews. And I want to be. There's no one else in the world, and there never will be. I'm taken. And this comes in the beginning of the episode, where Topanga's kind of using the painting. If he can appreciate and understand the painting, if he can see it the way she does, then that's a sign that the two of them are meant to be. And he just doesn't get it. This is a masterpiece. No, we're a masterpiece. Okay, so this next one is one I got on a bookmark. I really like those bookmarks, the silver ones that have quotes on them. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. And that is a quote by Henry David Thoreau. This was in a card, a Hallmark card. Some people come into our lives and quickly go. Others stay a while, make footprints on our hearts, and we are never the same. And I don't know who said that. It doesn't say. Okay, this is another one on a bookmark. The most beautiful world is always entered through the imagination. And the bookmark was quoting Helen Keller. Okay, these next three are pretty long ones. They are from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of my favorite shows, and one of the vampire shows that I still like. Because I'm not into vampires anymore. I don't like reading vampire literature anymore. And this is something from Anya, a character that comes later in the series, and a character that is connected to the Scoobies, the gang, has just died. Well, you know what? It's an old show, so most people probably have seen it. So I'm just gonna say, Buffy's mother has just died. And Anya is still new to humans and human emotions. She just became human because she originally was a demon, and because her magic failed, her punishment was to become human. And this is her reacting to Buffy's mom's death. But I don't understand. I don't understand how this all happens. How we go through this. I mean, I knew her, and then there's just a body, and I don't understand why she just can't get back into it. And not be dead anymore. It's stupid. It's mortal. And it's stupid. And Xander's crying and not talking, and I was having fruit punch. And I thought, well, Joyce will never have fruit punch ever. And she'll never have eggs or yawn or brush her hair. Not ever. And no one will explain to me why. And this next one is, this is a Buffy and Dawn quote, Dawn conversation, dialogue between the two of them. Buffy's sister, who shows up in a later season, and that is, if you watch the show, you know how that plot works out. And this is again around the time after Buffy's mom has passed, and Dawn is trying to bring her mom back. She's been delving into magic, so she tries to use a resurrection spell to bring their mom back. And Buffy finds out, and of course, in the world in the supernatural world, there's always a price to everything. There's always consequences, and bringing someone back from the dead is not a good idea because they will probably come back unnatural. They'll come back something totally wrong, and there's always a pretty good chance it will go wrong. And Dawn when Buffy's trying to stop her, Dawn is saying that Buffy, has been ignoring her. She's not been there for her. And she's frustrated. She thinks that Buffy does not care. And she thinks, so, I have to do these things, because when I stop, then she's really gone. I'm trying, Dawn. I'm really trying to take care of things, but I don't even know what I'm doing. Mom always knew. Nobody's asking you to be Mom. Well, who's gonna be if I'm not? Huh, Dawn? Have you even thought about that? Who's gonna make things better? Who's gonna take care of us? Okay, and this is actually at the end of that very season, and Buffy has to sacrifice herself to save Dawn. Dawn, listen to me. Listen, I love you. I will always love you. But this is the work I have to do. Tell Giles I figured it out, and I'm okay, and give my love to my friends. You have to take care of them now. You have to take care of each other. You have to be strong. Dawn, the hardest thing in this world is to live in it. Be brave. Live for me. And then this is from season 7. This is when, like, Buffy was trying to train these new potential Slayers, these young girls, and they kind of, because they've experienced a terrible failure in this war they're in the middle of in this season, and a lot of people got hurt, and Xander lost an eye, and a lot of people got stab wounds and all that kind of stuff. They're, like, barely alive, and they're broken and beaten, and they feel like Buffy led them to lambs to slaughter, and they turned their back on her and kicked her out of her own house. And she's basically sitting, like, squatting in another person's house, and then Spike ends up finding her because he was gone when this happened. And he finds her, and if you've seen the show, and at this point Spike is, he has a soul now, and he's struggling to understand, and he's feeling all this guilt, but he still loves Buffy and everything, and he's beginning to understand how messed up his feelings were and how he didn't really love her at that time before he got a soul. So he's trying to help her out and comfort her and give her, offer her words of comfort. Listen to me. I've been alive a bit longer than you, and dead a lot longer than that. Oh, and I apologize for my accent, but I'm trying to do the accent. I've seen things you couldn't even begin to imagine, and done things I prefer you didn't. I don't exactly have a reputation of being a thinker. I follow my blood, which doesn't exactly rush in the direction of my brain. So I make a lot of mistakes, a lot of wrong, bloody calls, 100+ years, and there's only one thing I'm sure of. Hey, look at me. I'm not asking for anything. When I say I love you, it's not because I want you or because I can't have you. It's nothing to do with me. I love what you are, what you do, how you try. I've seen the best and the worst of you, and I understand with perfect clarity exactly what you are. You're a hell of a woman. You're the one, Buffy. Sorry. Again, I apologize for my lame accent. Okay, and this last one is something this guy I was sort of friends with. When I was going to the community college, we rode the public transportation together, and I would see him around campus sometimes. And I don't know where the quote is from. He didn't say. But we were, I think it was when we were riding the bus, so it's like, it was kind of hard for him to, don't burn your bridges because you'll never know when you'll need to cross them. Okay, so I'm sure there's probably more, but I'm going to stop there because I don't want these videos to get too long. So I will update you I will make sure I figure out what quote video number this is. Like I said, I think it's 7, but I'm not sure. Anyway, if you enjoyed my attempt at a British accent in my reading of those quotes, give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe if you haven't already. Much love to my already subscribed people. I hope you are currently enjoying your reading, and I will talk to you guys later. Alright, bye!